Hey, just doing a shave tonight. Gonna dip this in some water while we wait for it to set up. This is a very dense brush. Declaration Grooming. This is a B5 knot. It's in a 24 millimeter handle from Whipped Dog. It's the tall, and I like that one. I like to soak my badger brushes. It is optional. Some people don't. The soap we have today is from Saponificio Varesino. I think they use these alder wood bowls now that are in this square shape. And according to their directions, they wanted it soaked. I've gotten really good results, not necessarily doing a soak on it. But I just decided to go ahead and do this one. They say use boiling water. I'm not going to wait for that. So I just use hot water from the tap. And they said soak it for about 5 minutes. And so we'll do that. And then 30-second load is what they recommended. So let's use that as a starting point. This is Dolomiti. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing it somewhere near close. I made a few notes so that I would be able to educate and let you know kind of what to expect. Lemon is one of the high notes, the top notes that comes across, a lemon citrus. And then inside you've got hints of sage and lavender, like pink and black peppers, and then a musky base, which is the reason I went ahead and I got this. This is a used puck that I got online. I'm not interested in paying this. It's kind of an expensive soap. It does last a nice long time, but if you buy it used, you get a better deal. In the musky base are things like amber, vetiver, patchouli, and cedar, and that's kind of what attracted me. That base attracted me to this one. It's also got some vitamins added, I think A and B or something like that. And then it's got silt. It's actually a black colored soap. It's got silt in it, and it's got anti-inflammatory properties, among other things, to help heal, as well as healing of small cuts and things like that. So let's give it a shot. All right, Dolomiti. And the blade we're using today is the Nacet that I used all of August. Got 35 notches ticked on it. So this is 36, shave number 36. Skipped yesterday. It was kind of Labor Day situation. We were camping out and all that. I didn't feel like shaving. So this is a 2-day growth. And the thing we'll be using to whack it down is a Wolfman WR1. 0.67 is the caliber. And as you can see, it's the polished version. And it's the solid bar, not the open comb. All right, it's on a WCS handle. Thought that kind of fit the bill. And I think we're ready to go here. Yep. I'm going to rinse my face just a hair. And the instructions with this soap were actually to use the bloom water, the soak water, kind of as a pre-shave on your face beforehand. So I did that. So there we go. It's a little lighter color now. It's more of a gray now. When it's dry, it's more of a black. So we will take out, sling most of the water out of the brush. We'll go for 30 seconds. All right, 55 was the starting point, so 25 is 25 is going to be the 30-second stopping point. There's a big old dense brush from Declaration. I bet this will be plenty of soap. And there we go. I think I went 1 second over. Those look good. I think these new boxes are made from alder wood. I kind of like the old, at least the appearance of the old round boxes. But that's what they decided to do. All right, and I've got enough. Let me splash a little bit on my face. Okay, let's see how this guy lathers up. Oh, you know, what am I doing? I have a bowl. I spent the last part of August shaving just with face lathers, so I kind of losing my head a little bit. So what I'm going to do here is one of my techniques for a lot of lathers, soaps that I don't know how they work. You know, I haven't tweaked them. It's just to kind of have not too much water in the brush. And see, look, we've got a nice little paste developing around there. And so I do that for a little bit. Some soaps really appreciate it. Yeah, there's that lemon top note. And we'll see if we can, and now I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of water. I think I smelled the peppers. I think I got the sage. Definitely, I'm really happy that the lavender is kind of a background player. Not really one of my favorites. And then we'll just kind of gradually, looks nice and thick, just gradually add water. Kind of a half a teaspoon at a time. Amber, vetiver. I'm not really good at identifying vetiver. Sometimes I can identify patchouli. Yeah, I think I could smell some of that base. I think I smelled, yep, I got the amber. As long as the amber is not too strong. Man, I had some tallow and steel that was really heavy on amber, maybe Himalaya. And that put me off amber for a while because that just was too much for me. So we've got a nice creamy lather going on here. So now 2 teaspoons of water has been added. I like the little interior interned ridge on this bowl because it keeps the lather from, it's easier to keep it in the bowl. Let's do a little finger test. Good looking. A little bit of cushion. Oh, nice slickness. Wow. That's buttery smooth. I can barely feel the ridges on my fingerprints. Some of the comments on a couple of the websites out there were that they liked it because it wasn't a domineering scent. Sometimes I don't like those comments because that means it's a mild scent, you know. And let's go ahead and fill it up again and add a little bit more water. Not quite a half a teaspoon as usual. Looking terrific. I love so many of the soaps from Saponificio Varesino, if I'm pronouncing that right. Tundra Arctica, my all-time favorites. Let's look at the peaks. A little bit of elasticity there. Peaks are not super long, but why don't we go ahead and stop here. I think SV usually lets me add a good bit amount of water to it without breaking down, but you know, it just looks luxurious and creamy and very nice. Let's give it a shot. Really slick. Add water to my face. Let's see. Now look at this painting that we did. We've got furrows here, not too much clumping, so that might be right on target. A little bit of clumping sometimes, but so I might go ahead and add a little bit of water to the brush there. And I'm kind of glad it's lemon forward, but it's not that's a great looking lather that I pulled off there. Now with Williams, I did do some tests and I figured out that you could do a hot soak on the soap last month in August, and then only load for about 10 seconds and have a great lather. Or you could load for about more like a minute without a soak. And so, you know, you could pick your option there. Maybe this is one of those, but I figured I'd try it the manufacturer way first. All right, so the scent. It is lemon forward, but the other things I mentioned, it looks like they're coming into play in a way that offsets it to, if I don't like just plain lemon scents. So this adds some sophistication to it, and I'm happy about that. All right, this Nacet, 36 uses now. This is the 36th use. Let's see what happens. See how well this aged blade cuts down this 2-day growth. I'm getting a little bit of pulling, but I kind of almost expect it since I'm taking it further than I usually do. So let's just push on through. And not even try to knock down all the hairs. Just try to get some. And I'm opening the handle angle up a little bit. I mean, this razor obviously is not having any problem with the longer hairs. I didn't expect that it would. Did we get everything? Yeah. Oh, I bet this will be a nice rinse, all creamy and stuff. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. If you like SV soaps, and if you like the lemon family, then you're probably going to want to get it. If you're like me and don't really like the lemon family all that much, but you still like SV soaps, then this still may be one for you, since they have kind of added to it and softened up the pure lemon. And it's not a high zesty lemon, which is cool. I'm glad about that. It's more of a normal type lemon, but then it's got that other stuff that kind of grounds it. Brush is really smooth. Still a little bit too rigid for me, but this is just like my third or fourth shave with it. So I'm not gonna worry about that for now. Nice layer. Lather feels great. I learned a couple last time to open the handle angle a little bit, ride that top cap. And it helps the razor to be a little bit less aggressive for me. Liking that. And then if I have an area where I want to be a little more aggressive, I can bring the handle back in for a more traditional angle of about 30 degrees or so. Your skin may be totally different, but that seems to be the way mine likes it. I'm going to rinse. And as we start our third pass, it sure looks like we're going to have plenty of lather to do it. And from the feel of it, from the good glide that I'm getting from the razor, it looks like my hydration was about right. And a nice creamy feel. Luxurious feel that I'm getting too. I think it was probably just right. Nice layer, easy to lay down. Third pass. And this is right now, this is very smooth on my skin. So I can bring that handle angle down, maybe see if I pick up some more hairs. This area of my face, the cheeks, gets its job done really easy, just about anything I use, and so I don't really feel like I have to go. I can do another pass against the grain or anything like that. The scent is nice. It's it's there. I can smell it while I'm shaving, and that's just a must for me. So many are really light, to the extent where you don't even know what you're using. But this is not. I'm able to get it. So what would I say? 3 out of 10? Yeah, 3 out of 10 in terms of scent strength. And I'm just being careful here. This is my trouble area. And we'll just see how that went. Yep, we'll check it out. I'll be back. And I see a few hairs showing some tips right here. So let us do our usual neck only pass. The lather is just tremendous. So smooth. And this is a smooth brush. You could almost put down any lather with it and it would feel smooth, but how I'm detecting that is as I rinse, it just feels luxurious and creamy and amazing. Alright, so just gently using only enough pressure to keep the blade on the skin as best as I can, changing my angle depending on how I feel it cutting. If I don't feel it cutting at all, then I bring my handle a little closer in. The other razors are going to work differently. They might not have that same trait. Blackland Dart that I used all of August was the opposite. By bringing the handle in closer, it became a kind of a 5 out of 7 in terms of aggression, where it felt more like a 7 out of 7 if you held it at a more conventional angle, for me at least. But this one's the opposite. It's just the way geometry works with these blades, because you've got the top cap coming in, guarding the top of the blade. You've got the solid bar on the bottom, and then somewhere in there, you've got a blade. It could be poking out this way. It could be kind of aiming down. There's just so many factors going on. And all those, I'm sure, is what dictates what kind of handle angle to use. I'm going to rinse this off. You know, that didn't really do that great of a job at getting this little specific area. Sometimes I think when I paint the whole neck, I forget which little zone to take care of carefully. You know, it could be the age of the blade, you know, but I have discovered over the course of using this blade that sometimes it'll dip in quality in the closeness, and then it'll come back up and it'll be right back where maybe not it was at like the 5th shave, but where it was at like the 12th shave. And I think that's pretty remarkable concerning how far we are down the line. But a little bit of tugging at first, but nothing after that. Probably because I had a 2-day growth going on there. Very smooth, irritation free, totally, but very smooth on the 2nd and 3rd passes. So I don't see any redness at all. So that might be the money right there. Awesome. Well, let me see what kind of post shave I have. Well, since we're doing kind of a citrus thing, we'll go with Sapone de Paolo, the orange balm that they make. Kind of a citrus thing. I think it works pretty well. It was on sale for a while back at Maggard's, so I picked some up. I think I've added too much. Oh yeah, a little bit of sunburn from Labor Day festivities. Went camping, swam, and with the kids and all that stuff. So yeah, we put on a little too much. Anyway, that'll just absorb in just fine. Smells great. It's like an orange combined with I think some of the other types of citrus, and so I think it matches nicely with this soap. Very nice. Very nice. So there we go. How much soap did we have left? Another few passes. So the 30-second load, probably take that down to 15, probably. So I'm glad to know that I didn't have to use the boiling water like they say, just hot. But now that I know that, I could change and try it again with maybe like a 60-second load with no soak and just kind of a wet brush. So something else to try later sometime. But very, very enjoyable. The scent, if it was a little weaker, I probably would pass it on to somebody else. But it's right along the line of where I can smell it while I'm using it, and I'm happy with that. Very creamy, nice, luxurious lather. So I think I must have dialed it in just right. And so where did that put us? Almost 3 teaspoons of water. And so, and that includes the little bit that I added to the brush during the first pass. And so that I could calculate, you know, if I divided the load time in half, then maybe next time try 2 teaspoons of water, 1.5 teaspoons of water, and just see how that worked out. All right, well, there we go. I'm gonna clean up. So I kind of don't like the wooden square box, but it is different. Seems to be pretty quality made. It's a 2-step thing where the round part will sit down in the round area, and the rounded square part will sit in this part to keep it all squared and keep it from spinning around. But one nice thing I noticed was if you like to vent your soap a little bit to let it dry, then there's a little bit of venting going on if you were to have it like this. But since it's square, you could offset it even more and get quite a reasonable amount of venting there. And that's harder to do with just pure round lids. So it's an advantage in terms of that. But that's the way it sits down, and then it doesn't move around. Very cool. For another one of my SV pucks, it's the same diameter. I bought the Kingsley round soap dish on eBay for, you know, $8, and I did have to shave a little bit from around the soap. It wouldn't fit down in there exactly, but works great. So that's an option if you don't mind kind of violating the outside. They actually come, the refill pucks come in the plastic thing, so you could slip that down. This person didn't do that. They took out the plastic sleeve and just put the soap down in the wood. But you can just put the plastic down so that it protects the wood a little bit more while you whip up your lather. So that's something. One of the cool things that can happen is a little bit of fragrance gets left in the brush, and this it feels like it's mixing the smells of the last 3 scents that I've chosen. Today's with the lemon, the citrus. 2 days ago with Sella, kind of an almond, easygoing type smell, cherry. But then I can still smell 4 days ago the strength, and it is a strong fragrance, of Santal Absolute from Fine Accoutrements. And that's a sandalwood, a very, you know, just a musky type, a very intense, woody note that is it's coming through nicely. And those 3 blended are really nice. Would it be interesting if I took a small chunk out of each one of those and whipped it up just to see what happened. That was a terrific shave all the way around. Nice lather. My modification of the angle on the razor seems to be exactly what I need. And it chopped down that 2-day growth without a problem. The blade is still going strong. Just a great finish on the face. On the neck down here, you know, sure, it left a few there, but sometimes that's average, and definitely not signaling the end of this blade quite yet. So we'll just see. Obviously, if I had a job where tomorrow people would get up in my face and expect to see just an excellent shave, then it would be something different. I might try to hit it again, or just switch blades, get a new one or something like that. All right, there we go. Nice. And this this balm, nice scent to it. It would be nice if it was a little more sophisticated, like the lemon and citrus in the soap. Had that woody base to it. It would be really nice if this orange had that woody base to it too. Wonder if I could add that. I mean, add two balms together in maybe one of those little travel tube containers, and mix them around a little bit. Take something fruity and sweet like this orange balm, and mix it with something woody. Pretty cool. Maybe a 3-to-1 ratio, 2-to-1 ratio, something like that. Not something even, perhaps. Anyway, that's what it is. All right. Well, thank you very much. That is the shave. I am Sugar Daddy Shaves, and I hope there was something here that helps you in some way. Take care. Good night.